This is the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington. Peyton Place is brought to you by...
In Peyton Place, Saturday is a day for relaxing, for taking stock, for knocking about in old clothes. This particular Saturday, Stephen Cord wears a business suit.
Well done, Mr. Dowell.
You're very generous with your praise, Stephen.
You know, people have been advising me for years to take up something. Gardening, stamp collecting, astronomy, anything.
What's on your mind? Stephen Cord doesn't drop by on his day off just to see his boss getting close to the soil.
I've just come back from Boston.
Martin Peyton.
Yes, sir.
What did you tell him?
Well, he wants us to go all out in investigating Stella Choate. Inasmuch as we weren't prepared for her testimony at the hearing, we have to dig up everything we can about her.
You mean destroy her?
We don't have to destroy her, sir. But if we agree that we believe she was lying, and I'm sure we do, then all we have to do is...
It's not my cup of tea.
Mr. Dowell, it has to be done.
I'm not good at this sort of thing. That leaves you, right? It is the idea, isn't it? When you first came to me, you were honest enough to admit that you wanted to work for me because I was going to be Martin Peyton's attorney.
You admitted that I could be very useful to you because of my relationship with Mr. Peyton.
That is correct. We began an open and above-board relationship. Don't change it now. The truth is, you'd like nothing better than to report to the old man that I was refusing to turn the dogs loose on Stella Choate. It would put you in an advantageous position, wouldn't it?
I don't want to report anything to Mr. Peyton, sir. I work for you. But Mr. Peyton is very angry, very adamant.
Admit the truth, Stephen.
I'm sure you can make him understand your position, your feelings.
Oh, come on.
The truth, Mr. Dowell?
Yes.
The truth is that Mr. Peyton sent for me. I didn't phone him. I didn't ask for an appointment. He sent for me.
I'm very sorry, Stephen. Forgive me, please.
Protect yourself, sir. If there's anything you can do, do it.
Thanks for coming by, Stephen.
Dr. Morton, pick up on extension 23.
Mr. Carson.
I thought Dr. Rossi would be here.
He just left.
Do you happen to know when he'll be back?
No. But if you have an appointment, he'll be here. Excuse me. Am I doing something wrong, Mr. Carson?
Nothing I'm aware of.
Thank you for the article. The factual article. The night that Joey was killed, I remember that you came to the house, and I remember being quite rude about what I thought you were going to print. You said you were going to print the facts.
Well, that's my job.
Well, there were a lot of ways of printing the fact that Joe Choate was dead. There were also a lot of ways of saying Stella Choate testified that he was killed. I think you are very
I interrupting your work, or are you interrupting my assistance?
I wanted to talk to you about Alice.
Come on.
I don't know if you know it or not, but Constance is pregnant.
I do know it, and I'm happy for both of you. Thank you.
Listen, Mike, I want to try something. I thought I should check with you first. I'm going to read to Allison.
Read?
Yeah, I know it's absurd, but you know how Allison feels about books. Some books she loves like close friends.
Well, she won't be able to hear you.
Not consciously, but isn't there a chance that it could get through to her subconscious?
Well, I don't know.
My voice, and it's familiar to her. We had long conversations about literature even before she knew I was her father. But my voice reading the books that she loves, if anything gets through, it might be something in all that confusion for her mind to hang on to. You see what I mean?
It's an unorthodox approach.
But it's not impossible.
Well, I don't want you to expect miracles.
Oh, no, I won't. I just have to try something, Mike.
All right. And sometimes miracles do happen. What are you going to read to?
Charles Dickens. Great Expectations. One of her favorites.
Good luck.
Thanks. Great Expectations. Chapter 1. My father's family name being Pirip, and my Christian name Philip, my infant tongue could make of both names nothing longer or more explicit than Pip. So I called myself Pip, and I came to be called Pip. I gave Pirip as my father's family name on the authority of his tombstone and my sister, Mrs. Joe Gargery, who married the blacksmith. As I never saw my father or my mother, and I never saw any likeness of either of them, for their days were long before the days of photographs, my first fancies regarding what they were like were unreasonably derived from their tombstones, the shape of the letters on my...
Mr. Carson.
Yes?
I'm Nurse Gehring, physical therapist.
Oh, yes. My wife said that she had met you. You do.
I had meant to interrupt here. I can come back.
No, please. Go ahead.
Mr. Carson, I know this is painful for you.
No. Not at all.
I read your open letter. And the poem. Have you heard anything from the police yet?
No.
This isn't an easy case for them.
I suppose not.
I had a patient once in another hospital. He was a student from an Ivy League college coming home for Christmas vacation. Car skidded on the ice. He was in a coma, too. When the police couldn't come up with the driver, the family hired a private detective. He spent a lot of money, a lot of time. For a while, I thought the father was going to crack.
Mr. Gehring, my father and my wife have warned me about that.
Yeah, I guess they have. As far as I know, they never found the driver.
Yeah, sometimes they don't. But I have to keep looking.
Mr. Carson, one more thing. The boy I was talking about, he recovered.
Well, I knew I'd find it eventually.
Where'd you find it?
Oh, watch out.
Allison hid it about 2 years ago, after she finished the course. She had quite a struggle with geometry.
It's quite a struggle for Rita, too. I'm not the world's greatest teacher.
I think it's wonderful of you to try.
You sure she doesn't want to sell them used? The school has a sale every year.
No, she'd rather be that. Hello, Mr. Fowler. What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm going sailing this afternoon. I wonder if you could recommend anything in case I'm caught in a calm.
Oh, let's see, there's some new books over here. Excuse me.
How's your daughter? Any improvement?
I'm afraid not. Well, I think, has your wife read that? I think she'd enjoy it, and it should last her through a month of calms.
Well, I was looking for something for myself, Mrs. Carson. My wife's not coming. She has a cold.
Come on, let's go.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'll see you Monday, Mrs. Carson.
All right, Norman. I'll try to get in early. There's a shipment from New York, too. Hello, Rita.
Hello, Mrs. Carson.
Hello, Rita.
Hello.
Oh, I bet you'd enjoy some of these new mysteries. Or would that be sort of a busman's holiday for you?
Oh, that'd be fine. I get kind of a kick out of those. Have they been going together for very long?
Just long enough for her to get him through high school, even though she's a dropout. And for him to make her feel like a decent and worthwhile human being.
I hate putting kids like that through the ringer.
Is it necessary?
I'm afraid it is, Mrs. Carson.
Operator, I'll take that call from Boston now.
Yes, sir. I have Mr. Peyton on the line.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Peyton. Mr. Harrington's on the line.
Hello.
I want Ted Dowell taken off Rodney's case.
I don't consider that's your decision to make.
I'm not talking about your payroll. The son you profess to care about so much is being strangled by incompetence.
That's a harsh word.
But accurate. You were at the hearing. You tell me. Can Dowell get Rodney acquitted?
He's a good man.
Of course he's a good man. The soul of integrity and so forth. But contrary to popular opinion, a good man is not hard to find. What is hard to find is a street fighter.
You obviously have somebody in mind. Could it happen to be Stephen Cord?
Right. He's just what Rodney needs. He's got guts. He's intelligent.
And he's Hannah Cord's son.
You're a fool.
This may come as a surprise to you, but I don't have to take orders from you anymore. I don't work for you, and I don't owe you anything.
You have a very short memory.
Nabil, you didn't do that for me. I doubt if you really did it for Rodney. I'll let you know what I decide.